was the earliest memory that you have as a kid?
When we were kids, we didn't have all the toys. We wasn't really poor, but we wasn't rich, and we were kind of in the medium place, and we had to make up our own game that you would never know about. But anyway, it was a game that you played Andy over, and we would throw a rubber ball over the house, and it was Andy over, and you'd holler Andy over, and somebody had to catch it on the other side.
And then what was your childhood like?
It was great. You mean like what did we do? We lived on a farm, and every one of us, there was 5 of us kids, and every one of us had a chore to do. We all had chores. We didn't get money for anything we did. We worked for food, because we needed the food. We planted a big garden. We didn't go to town and buy stuff at the store back then. I can remember when my mom and dad bought the first loaf of bread, because she always baked bread. And it was back when I was already older, 12 years old probably. And they had come home with this loaf of bread, and we thought we were in high cotton, because it was just awesome that we had a sliced whole loaf of bread.
And then do you have any favorite stories about those two?
One of the stories about the pheasants, because that was the one that when my husband was working, or Regis was working for Springfield Explosives, we would go to conventions in December, and my mom would come up and stay with the boys. And so she was upstairs, and the boys were downstairs, because that's where all their toys were, in the family room. And they had a soccer ball down there, and I had I had made 2 pheasants, because I couldn't do anything else. I had had thyroid surgery, and it was cancer, and I had to go ahead and do something else to keep myself occupied, because I couldn't do anything else outside at that time. And they was down there playing while we were gone, and my mom said they kept running up and down the stairs all the time. Well, they were looking for some glue, because they had broken my pheasants that I had made all those years ago, and they glued them all back together. And to this day, they never did. They still haven't owned up that they did it, but I know they did it.
And so how did they break them?
They were kicking the soccer ball, and it hit them. They were on the mantle, and I guess they fell and broke. They were in pretty bad shape, really.